Guys, today we got another massive Yeezy drop, the new Travis Scott sneakers, and apparently Nike is being plagued by organized crime. Now we also got a ton more, but let's quickly get into a release recap. First one up today is the big yellow boot. Now I have no idea how hard these things were to get or how limited, but they did completely sell out and are still reselling above retail price. Let me know down in the comment section if you actually went for them. And then of course we had the second round for the month of August in terms of Yeezy drops. So currently the pairs that have already dropped is the Yeezy Foam Runner Stone Salt, the Yeezy Knit Runner Fade Onyx, Yeezy Slide Slate Marine, and then still to release, which the draw is ending tomorrow, is the Yeezy 350 Granite, the Yeezy 350 Black Red Stripe, and the Yeezy 500 High Tactical Boot. So all of those three pairs you can go and enter for right now if you hadn't already. With that being said, guys, let's get into this upcoming stuff, and let's kick it off with something which is a little bit more hilarious. It looks familiar, but it's actually a new version of the Nike Calm Slide. So with the Nike Calm Slide, everybody said that those things just looked like Yeezys. Like Nike was just straight up ripping off the Yeezy Slide. And now with this pair, a lot of people are saying they're ripping off Birkenstock and Crocs at the same time with the strap at the back. I honestly don't know how to feel about this pair of shoes because they kind of look sleek, cool, and minimal, but then you have the strap on the back and it just kind of changes the look completely. Regardless, there is a ton of colorways of this pair of shoes coming real soon. Now, while we don't have an exact release date, these are supposed to be dropping at some time this fall. Now, we do actually have a big update on the Nike SB Dunk Low Yuto Horigome. The release for these have now changed, or at least the speculated release has now been updated to August the 29th. So I think the previous speculated release date was August the 16th. This pair is going to have a little bit more of a traditional Nike SB release. These are going to drop August the 25th at skate shops and then August the 29th on the Nike Sneakers app and a bunch of different retailers. These are definitely going to be hard to get. There's going to be a lot of people going after them, and because it's just such a clean looking pair of dunks, I imagine it's going to end up reselling for a decent amount. Right, we got a brand new Palace collaboration, this time with Crocs, on a pair of shoes that I'm actually pretty interested in. I made a video going over the most comfortable foam shoes, and what a lot of you guys said down in the comment section was that I should try out the Crocs Mellow Slide. So I went ahead and tried them out and found out that they are extremely comfortable. Well, this is the new updated version, which is basically just a clog. If you're after them, they're going to be dropping on August the 15th, and that's going to take place on Crocs' website. Another release that's right around the corner, which I'm personally quite excited about, is the brand new New Balance Warped Runner in the Sea Salt colorway. This is just a really different looking pair of shoes from New Balance, something that just kind of looks a lot more futuristic and kind of moves away from the retro runner vibe. Just by the look of these things, I imagine they'd be super comfortable, so it's definitely a pair that I'm going to be going for when they drop on August the 16th. But we've got a new pair of Jordan 1s, which actually looks pretty solid. This is the Chris Paul Air Jordan 1 Low OG Give Them Flowers. Now, as of right now, we don't have very good images of this pair of shoes, but you can see here that there is some pretty insane design details. Not only is the toe box and the tongue covered in a very, very hairy suede, but the entire upper of this thing almost seems to have some kind of debossed or embossed print all over it to signify flowers. It kind of reminds me of the Clot Air Forces or the dunks that they did recently. It says Give Them Flowers on the tag over there, and then the bottom of the shoe also has a semi-translucent effect to it, which you also have more flowers underneath. Now, we actually have a release date for these, which is October the 24th. Alright, we got some official images of the Jordan 4 that's going to be dropping this month. This is the Jordan 4 Frozen Moments or Light Iron Ore. And like I've said in the past, these things are looking pretty solid. I really like this colorway, just except for the metallic details that are on it. I'd really like to know what you guys think of this pair of shoes down in the comments. It is only going to come in a woman's size run, so no extended sizing, which is unfortunate. But other than that, these things are looking solid. You can see all of the official images over here. These are lined up to drop this month, August the 26th. Let me know if you're going to be going for these things down in the comments or just what you think of them. Quick little update on the Union LA Jordan 1 Beffy's Beauty Supply collaboration, the Summer of 96 collection. In my review, I mentioned that these are going to be dropping on August the 24th. However, now that they've actually loaded up on the Nike Sneakers app, we also know that they're going to be dropping over there on August the 26th. Now, of course, this is a collection, so it's going to be accompanied by a whole apparel line, and of course, we've got two different sneakers, the Jordan 1 and the Jordan 1 Elevate, which I imagine is going to be woman sizing. I'll chuck the review up over in the corner, whichever one it is, if you want to check out this sneaker a little bit more, but just wanted to update you guys on the release date. Right, last week we broke down the entire Jordan brand Summer 24 lineup, but we got one more to add to that list, Air Jordan 1 High OG Metallic Silver. Image that you're looking at, in my opinion, is probably best case scenario for this colorway, just based off of the name. It's got the traditional color blocking, it's not completely just mirrored out head to toe. It's also got a sailed out midsole, which I think looks relatively okay, but again, this is just a speculative mock-up, so it could look completely different. Either way, this is lined up to drop at some point summer 2024. Right, we finally have some official retailer images of the upcoming Jordan 1 satin bread, so we can see them in full detail. Now, I believe these images come from some retailer that already has the images taken and are getting ready for the release of this pair. Just keep in mind that the current release date for this pair of shoes is October the 18th, at least the speculated one. And by the looks of it, these are going to be coming in a multiple size run, so women's, little kids, and infant and toddlers. Unfortunately, no men's sizing. Just a quick reminder that the Jordan 1 Low OG Atmosphere Gray is going to be dropping right around the corner on August the 25th. Now, this is a pair of shoes which Jordan Brand has treated like royalty, apparently, in terms of the material department. Very nice feeling leather on the pair of shoes. You've also got some cracked leather details, some aged midsole action, and just generally speaking, a clean looking pair of lows. This is pretty cool. The Nike Kobe 8 Protro Halo colorway is going to be dropping this month on Kobe's birthday. This triple white pair of Kobe 8s is going to be dropping on August the 23rd. And fun fact, this is going to be the first time that a Kobe sneaker drops in a full family size run. So like I said a couple weeks back, Nike was setting up to basically relaunch the Kobe brand. So here's a couple things to know from their press release that they did on this topic. So basically, Vanessa Bryant imagined and created the Halo shoe concept and launch as a way to honor Kobe's birthday each year. The Halo concept will be an annual release that will honor and celebrate this special date. They go on to mention that they've updated a few things about this pair of Kobe 8s, like replacing the lunar long midsole for Nike React. They updated the outsole traction pattern to the herringbone style, and they also added embroidery to the Nike swoosh. So yeah, these are going to be dropping on August the 23rd, marking that as Kobe Day, which will happen every single year. So Maniere has been set up to drop 2 different colorways of the Jordan 5 later on this year. Well, apparently now that light bone colorway has been scrapped in replacement for this pair right here, the Maniere Jordan 5 Diffused Blue. So this is the mock-up for the light bone colorway. We've seen a couple different mock-ups, but generally speaking, it was all over sail and white. Now, granted, the blue is very minimal on this shoe. You just have it for the teeth on the midsole, and then it looks like just the sock liner and the 23 brand. To be honest, I really like the look of these things, so I'm not mad whatsoever. Either way, this pair seems to come in all over white leather. It doesn't have the quilted sock liner or anything like that, which in my opinion is a little bit disappointing. Either way, if you like this colorway or the black one that we've taken a look at on multiple occasions, they're both going to be dropping at this point on November the 22nd. All right, we got a little update on a pair of shoes which has kind of got me a little bit more excited because they're looking pretty clean. This is the April Skateboards Nike SB Dunk Low. Take a look at some of these images because they are looking super nice. Even the insole has this really nice gradient effect. You can see all of the overlay suede looks very similar to the Turbo Green Jordan 1, both in color and texture. And I don't know if it's just because this Nike swoosh is metallic silver, but it does kind of look a little bit bigger than your standard Nike swoosh. As soon as we get an exact release date for this pair of shoes, I'll update you guys. All right, a little update on the Korn and Adidas collaboration coming through. They're now going to be dropping in October. Now, I'm not entirely sure when in October, but there's a few different models and they're all looking pretty interesting. We got this one over here, the all over black pair with the gum outsole. We also got a white pair, which in my opinion actually looks pretty clean. Pretty like the way that the 3 stripes is kind of slanted. Got a couple t-shirts, a hoodie, and then 2 different tracksuits. Pair of dunks which I swear has already released, but apparently not. The Nike Dunk Low Vintage Navy. Apparently these are going to be dropping August the 24th. They've done a green pair, the panda pair, and I believe a team red colorway as well. Either way, these things are clean, but nothing special, just another pair of dunks. All right, we got some new official images of the upcoming Jordan 1 High Palomino. This is definitely a pair of Jordan 1s that I've seen a lot of people kind of get excited about because I guess it's kind of like the Jordan 1 Mocha 2.0. Got the official images and we also have a release date. It's basically just all over black leather with mocha brown suede overlays like the toe box, the Nike swoosh, and the back tabs. And the one freaking detail which I'm really not a fan of is the Nike Air branding coming in this yellow color for some reason. It just really throws all of the earth tones that this shoe comes in just out of whack. If you're liking this pair of ones, these are going to be dropping on September the 2nd. Right, we just got some of the first looks of the Travis Scott Air Force 1 that dropped, the Utopia pair, and they're looking exactly how we all kind of thought they would. We got a box full of this pair of shoes, which is literally just a plain Air Force 1 with the Utopia stenciled onto the back. Now look, when these first dropped on Travis Scott's website, I kind of gave them a hard time for being a pretty lazy pair of shoes. If there was a pair of shoes to represent somebody trying to make a quick buck, it would probably be this pair. One of you guys DM'd me on Instagram, which kind of made me change my mind slightly on this pair of shoes. They basically said that they copped this pair of shoes and that they're a huge Travis Scott fan, and the fact that they were able to buy this pair of shoes, which was associated with the Utopia album, really really was something special for them. Like, regardless of the quality of the shoe or how crazy detailed it is, they're just happy that they have something to capture that utopia moment. And thinking about it from that perspective, it made me understand this pair of shoes a little bit more, or maybe understand the mindset of a Travis Scott fan looking to capture the utopia release. So yeah, even though this pair of shoes may not be anything incredibly special, it might be to some people. Either way, just wanted to show you some of the first looks of this pair of shoes actually in hand, because the only image that we saw was just a rendered one. And I imagine most people haven't got their pairs of these things in hand yet, because I believe that it was a pre-order when you ordered it on the website. So let me know if you cop these things down in the comment section and if they've even shipped out yet. We got yet another pair of off-white Air Force One mids coming. This right here is the Canary Yellow colorway. This is basically the next best thing to the Canary Yellow off-white Jordan 1s that we saw ages ago. Yeah, those things are never going to release, so if you want something remotely like that done by Off-White, well, there is this pair. And one of my favorite details is the embroidered Grim Reaper on the back, which I think looks actually pretty sick. These are actually set to drop this month. We don't have a specific release date, just they're dropping at some point in August. Right, we got yet another Nike Dunk Low restock. We've seen a bunch of them lined up for 2024. But this year, we're going to be getting the Dusty Olive colorway, this pair of shoes right here, and they're actually dropping holiday 2023. Now, we're not entirely sure the exact date for this pair of shoes, but what we do know is that Nike is restocking a lot of the like 2020 pairs of Nike Dunk Lows. Not entirely sure about this pair, if it is actually reselling or anything like that. At some point this holiday season, Nike's going to be dropping these things again. We got yet another Nike Airship collaboration, this time with the Corporate. This is a PESP, and these are going to be dropping on September the 8th. Definitely looking pretty wild. I do not think this is suede. It almost looks like some kind of fuzzy material, but at the same time, it could just be extremely hairy suede. If you take a look at the back, you've got a Gotham logo, which is pretty interesting, something that you get on the Nike sneakers app, and then over here you've got some embroidery on the inner sock liner. All right, let's get into some of this Yeezy news, and let's kick it off with just a little bit of pretty hilarious drama, if you ask me. Footlocker won't restock Yeezys due to potential backlash. Basically, when all of the rumors were circulating around the internet that Yeezys were coming back, Footlocker was the name that everybody was talking about. Even though now we know it's basically every retailer, including Adidas, that is dropping Yeezys again, Footlocker was the one that people mainly focused on, and I believe that's basically because it's a little bit ironic. Footlocker was one of the most vocal brands about them never selling Yeezys again. And then when all of the rumors started popping up that Footlocker was going to be selling Yeezys again, a lot of people called them out on it. The craziest part is that pretty much every retailer is currently dropping Yeezys, and they haven't seen any backlash, nor has Adidas, really. Either way, honestly, it's definitely good that they're sticking to their word. Them being super vocal about never selling Yeezys again and then turning around and selling them is not a great look. Speaking of Yeezy restocks, of course, we are currently in Yeezy month. August is literally just a back-to-back Yeezy sneaker release date. So we had the first bunch of Yeezys that dropped at the beginning of the month, and then of course we had the second batch. Well, let me give you guys an update on what's going to be dropping next. Now, this next Yeezy drop should be taking place on August the 21st. They might load up before then. As soon as all of the raffles end tomorrow on August the 14th, that's when they might upload all of the new ones. Either way, this next one is going to have at least 3 different Yeezys. The first one is the Yeezy 350 V2 Static restock. I believe this is going to be the first time that the Statics actually restock, but I'll be honest, I've never had a pair of these, so I'm definitely going to be going for this one. The next one is the highly anticipated Yeezy 700 Utility Black. This one I know for a fact a lot of people are going to be going for, myself included. And then we have yet another pair of Yeezy slides looking very similar to all of the last one. This is the Yeezy Slide Slate Gray. Just subscribe to the channel, stay tuned to my Instagram, and I can keep you updated on all of the Yeezy releases that are happening this month. There is still a ton to come. Speaking of upcoming Yeezys, we've actually got a few new leaks on some upcoming colorways. First one we're going to take a look at is the Yeezy 500 High Tactical Boot in the khaki colorway. So obviously right now on the confirmed app is the triple black or utility black colorway. Well, this tan one definitely takes more of a kind of military vibe. They should be dropping either this month or later into the full time. I'll have to give you guys an update on that release. We got another pair of foam runners. This one's actually looking really solid. This one's going to be called the Yeezy Foam Runner Antique MX Granite, which is pretty wild to name. I actually think these things go hard. And then last up for Yeezys, we've got a very good looking pair of Yeezy slides. This is the Salt colorway, so I guess very similar to what we've seen with Salt Yeezys in the past, like the 700s or the 500s. So yeah, more slides, more foam runners, and just more Yeezys are on the way. And that brings us to our final story for today, guys, which is pretty insane. So take a look at the title here. Organized crime responsible for stolen Nike sneakers at every point in the supply chain. So who remembers the Memphis Nike trailers that got ransacked. We covered it quite a while ago. I believe this was like the Midnight Navy Jordan 4s and the Cherry 11. And then if you guys remember earlier in June, the LAPD recovered $7 million worth of stolen Nike sneakers in a warehouse. Same story, all of these boxes were stolen. A lot of these pairs ended up being like the Drake shoes and stuff like that, or at least one of the pairs was. But yeah, $7 million obviously is going to be a ton of different sneakers. So apparently this organized crime, which is specifically targeting Nike and high heat sneakers, according to theft prevention organization CargoNet, theft across the supply chain has increased by 63% over the first half in 2023. They're basically saying that the supply chain is under siege at the moment. According to the report, organized crime rings familiarize themselves with the store layouts and create lists that track high heat inventory. So basically these people are looking for shoes that they know are going to be extremely easy to sell. Imagine if you manage to steal a bunch of freaking Jordan 4s. You just throw them up on StockX and you're good to go. They say that the designated retail lookouts communicate with trained cargo thefts to target shipping containers of the sought after product. Now all of this wouldn't be possible without some sort of collusion involving insiders from retail and logistics companies. Long story short, with sneaker reselling being such a valuable marketplace, this is bound to happen. Either way guys, drop your thoughts down in the comment section, but that wraps it up for this week's news. And click that video over there to get updated on all of the potential Yeezy drops this month.